Hello and welcome to the after show for Layla the Vampire Slayer episode 1. How does everyone think that went?
I fucking loved it.
Oh, good.
That was great.
Yeah.
I seriously
like that
enjoy
it's
it.
so story driven. Because like you can literally just have all these different moments where, you know, two characters are hanging out just talking about like high school shit. It's great.
Yep. There's some nice awkward stuff going on in there.
Yeah, high school awkwardness.
So awkward.
Bit of school PTSD.
I don't know how we compare to the kind of tone of Buffy, but we'll get there.
I don't know, it was pretty Buffy-esque.
I felt like it was. I think the rushing of us becoming a group was a little fast paced. Because in the show, like they don't.
True.
Well, I guess some of them are friends to begin with, but like the showing of like you being a witch would not have been like so quick and stuff like that. But I think it'll help in the long run of just making things, you know.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the problems with RPGs in general. You have to get everyone together really quickly, so then the cool stuff can happen.
Yeah, it's hard. Well, because it's not like one of the tricky parts with an RPG versus a TV show is you don't really want like people just sitting there watching for an hour when it's like, well, your character's not part of this yet because you're not in the group. And so like there's that weird balance of like, how do you imitate that thing that a TV show can do where
like the story of getting people together is really cool if you're observing the story. If you're just sitting there going, well, when do I get involved? It's not quite as
And I don't have a problem with that, but I'm a very like RP type of person. So I'm okay with like, for instance, on Lost in a Show, I've been like on a show where for an hour and a half, I'm just sitting there watching what's happening because it's not about me. It's about what's the other characters are doing. But I think that happens once you get like further down the line, especially when people like split up. But that's my personal thing. I do notice that other people don't, you know, they can't handle just sitting there for a long period of time. So I can understand it from both perspectives.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
fine
I'm
by
normally
me.
on the other end, and so for me, when I'm GMing, I want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to do something, even if they're like, so that kind of that pacing can be very difficult.
Yeah,
It's always been fine for me to be. It's always been fine for me to be sitting and watching for a while, which is good because of how often my characters are unconscious. It happens a lot.
You put yourself in this position though. You could have been the Slayer. You could have.
I know. I
feel
do
like
keep
next
making very
show-
punchable characters.
Next Roll4It show, you have to be like the Slayer version. Yeah, the tank. Like it'll be, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, this feels so different.
The power.
Yeah,
I like playing tanks.
people who are wondering, heroes are really powerful compared to white hats.
Oh yeah, so OP. Like the fact that like I can have 9 strength and 9 dex is just ridiculous. No humans can have that much. I think 6 is the max they can have.
Buffy is actually 7-6 at the beginning of season 1 in the rulebook, so you're like already well eclipsing Buffy.
Yeah, but I'm also way lower in the other things.
Yeah.
Right now, because I put all my stats in strength and dex because I was like, I want to just play that role. That would be my role, and let everyone else shine in the other places. Because if I'm even and I'm good at everything, like, it's boring.
It does mean you literally can't fail or get less than 1 success on your attack rolls and your notice rolls, right?
I think I can fail on my notice rolls because there's lots of negatives that are modified on top of that. But most of my attacks, you're right.
I very intentionally dumped pretty much everything into spellcasting so that I'm essentially, unless I'm taking penalties, like if I haven't cast a spell that day, I guaranteed 1 success on a spell.
Which is impressive for a white hat.
As you should.
It's because I took a lot of drawbacks. And I have
your character
almost nothing anywhere else.
I love that your character already has like this element of like magic and knows about that. It helps. I think it's gonna help. It helps with the whole.
That's a different choice. Like I could have chosen to do more of like traditionally what Willow did, right? Where she starts out as mundane kind of nerd, good at like knowledge and computers, and then learns magic. But I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna be really shitty at everything except magic. This is my pure function.
Yeah, because you were debating hero for a moment and then decided to just go powerful white hat in that area rather than heroing everything.
Yeah, because I was kind of the person who was like, I'll just do whatever, and then I ended up having to be the hero because everyone else always like, I have all these great character ideas. And I was like, and I really love the fact that you did the witch. Like you're playing it to the T. Everyone's like, this shouldn't be Layla the Vampire Slayer. This should be like Imogen the Witch. Because like, but the whole point was that we wanted it to be about you three to start with. And then I am like the weird kid who joins later. So I think it worked out really well.
Yeah, nailed that dynamic. We've got the three people who know what's going on at school, and then the person who knows what's going on in the supernatural, and then those collide. And I really enjoyed that part of the first session.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Barnaby's accent.
Oh my god, Barnaby's so good. The lines, you are so good with the lines. I'm like dying nonstop. I'm like, you're just drama points like money.
I am so happy. I have more drama points than when I started.
What? I've burned through like
I
5
spent
of
any.
them.
I
I
spent
didn't
one.
spend any in the end.
I think it's I'm so used to like Edge, which is like this precious thing, or these sorts of really limited resources where getting them back is kind of harder, like spell slots where you start being really cautious with using them. And so I'm definitely like, oh, I don't want to spend my drama points. Like,
I don't know, but you also
I
look
was
at your
an
number of
edgelord.
drama points and see that, oh, I've got 20. Oh, that's fine, I can spend them all.
I think that's kind of what our characters are about, right? The white hats get to do the cool stuff every now and again, and the heroes are consistent because of their stats.
Yeah, white hats get drama points slightly more easily, and you can buy them for half price if you want to buy them with XP. Speaking of XP, you can all have 3 XP.
ooh, I like it.
Ooh. I don't know.
I
what
don't think
I
that's
did
enough
with
for
it.
me to do anything, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at how to spend that.
I mean, it's an
It's like
exponential
1
scale
per
for
drama
expense.
point, isn't it?
So
sort of
white
thing.
hats,
Yeah.
if you wanted, you could get 3 drama points. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 1 per 1 on drama points.
How do we spend the experience? How does that work?
So there's an entire section in the rulebook that will show you that it's something like X plus something new level effectively. So it is an exponential system. So the white hats will generally get more out of it than you will for now, because you'll need to save up for a higher threshold because your stats are pretty high already. So the white hats like Imogen or Robert might be able to up their strength already just at session 1, possibly.
I'll probably just
Into
put
strength.
stuff in skills.
Screw it, my strength is staying low. I'm gonna like up my literally anything else.
Full season weed.
Yeah.
I think actually at this point I use crime so much that I probably need another point in crime.
And I feel like you've gained more experience from learning about your crime. So I think like that actually ties really well. That's great. I think all of us did actually. Sneaking in down there into the
I do also like the idea that I bump up my dexterity or I take 1 point in actually punching things because I am inspired by watching you.
I love that scenario where you like punch him in the ground. I was like, that's a good idea. Nice. I think we hit that dynamic too, where like Buffy she like killed like a bunch of people, and then everyone else kind of used their different type of skills to like help out, and I thought that was cool, which is really neat. I don't know. I liked it.
That was pretty sweet. I liked how that fight went down. Now, that said, your constitution, Imogen and Barnaby, how much? It's like 2?
Yeah.
My constitution is 3.
Okay.
My constitution's 2 and my strength is 1, so I have almost no hit points.
I have, however, 5 strength, which gives me quite a lot of hit points, but still not as many as the Slayer.
So how much damage have both of you taken?
I
I'm
took
taking 13 damage.
11.
Okay, so
And I could do that another
with
3
hospital
times.
care, it would take you 7 days to get better, Imogen. And Barnaby, yeah.
Like,
See, there is one like healing spell that's designed to be used, like not in combat, but like to help people heal faster. There was some sort of one.
Yeah.
We should get that
How
quick.
does that work? Do they go to like the nurse's office and then they're just like the nurse? We're gonna get to know the nurse real well.
No,
Is
you
that
have to
what's
actually go to like the proper hospital, and then they would be
Oh.
like, okay, depending on the level, I'd be like, sure, you can be an outpatient, they'll heal you up, etc. And then you'll
Good thing
heal.
healthcare is free in England.
Oh, the healthcare is definitely 3, and also because they've got so much experience in Rosewater, surprisingly good. They deal with trauma a lot of the time. The AE
Interesting
ward is
hospital.
amazing.
We're gonna have lots of interesting hospital situations. I am at 58 out of 106, but because I have something that gives me regeneration,
Slayer.
so I get
So you
one
get
life point
regeneration.
per con level per hour.
And what's
So
your
I get
con?
I
3
also-
per hour.
You only got a con of 3.
Yeah, I only have a Constitution 3.
Oh wow.
But I have 5 in hard to kill for being a Slayer, and I put 3 other points in it, which gives you a shit ton of HP. Because I basically looked at it, I was like, oh, min-maxing HP. How do I do this? And I was like, clearly not wasting points in con. Obviously, hard to kill is where it's at. But you can only put so many points in it. I think 5 is the max if you're not the Slayer. And then I was like, I'm only going to put 3.
6 is the max, 5 is almost the max, yeah.
Yeah.
So
and then
what you're
if you
saying is I
survive
need to attack you with a disease or a poison that reduces your constitution.
No, stop.
Because when your constitution hits 0, you die.
This is why you don't
whoa.
understand what's up.
Oh, that's not.
Yeah.
I've only got 2 of those.
Put it this way, you did a lot of damage to me with like that group though, because I'm at 58 out of the 106.
They were actually like listed as demon
And they failed a
henchmen,
lot.
like generic terrible demon henchmen, and I depowered them a little bit for your first fight. I was quite surprised by how much
God.
damage they did. It's because they're slash and
Damn.
stab, because they do double damage with slash and stab.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking how they were doing so many attacks, but I was like, oh, I see.
Yeah, it's because the slash and stab is like, oh, it does 11 damage plus their successes, then doubled because slash and stab. It can be brutal.
Yeah.
Glad I didn't take any damage because my life points are not great.
Really?
How many do you have?
26, which is I think exactly how much damage Imogen took before.
Yeah. You were like 26. I was like, well, those are all my hit points.
Yeah,
we need
I
to
like
gang up.
not being like on the front line in fights. It's not my thing.
You have to do science.
The
Is-
thing
Yeah,
is, we
yeah.
all have to be together, so you
Team up.
all get +4s.
That is a cool rule.
Yeah.
I
It's
do like
how
that
words
it
work.
directly encourages you to work together.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I also
It makes
like
it
the fact
possible
that
for me to maybe hurt people.
if you guys take someone and like you all 3 gang up on them, then you're 3 against 1 and you get that benefit.
Yeah.
And if you
And
go
then I
all out
just,
attack,
like-
you can get like a +5.
Yeah.
I need to build a bunch of gadgets and become Iron Man. I'm one
Yeah.
step on the way there.
There's a lot of people in chat who are like, oh, he'll become Iron Man.
At some point, someone called me Iron Bert.
Iron Bert. Oh, that just sounds so cute. I don't know why. Iron Bob.
Now I'm just imagining Bert from Sesame Street. Like,
That's why I was like Bert, like in a little Iron Man.
In full suit.
Like, not in
The tiny
future,
one.
normally it would take you like some time to actually build these gadgets, but I wanted for session 1 so that you could actually get up and start it and, you know...
You didn't give him a
equivalent
flamethrower
Yeah.
though.
I mean, it's,
Well,
it's
that's
a
further
solid
down the
bottle. Like,
line.
it's something you stick in a bottle and
Also,
smash.
why did you give him something that lights something on fire? You could have given him like a retractable stake or I don't know, something.
He wanted fire! And he rolled
Nice.
really
Wrist
well.
stakes. Like the assassin blades, but stakes.
Yeah, so
Okay,
it's like a
cool,
blade
yeah.
that,
You
like,
can like hide it and
put
retract
close
it, but
and- Yeah.
getting medieval roll to hit the person.
Well, that's the thing, I wouldn't wield it. I give it to someone else. That's basically my thing. Just
Maybe
we get
the-
into a
the-
fight and I just throw gadgets I've made at people and then hide.
when it retracts it or when it like comes out, then it does extra because you don't need as much force.
Oh.
Yeah. Like it gives plus.
Yeah, it
it's
adds,
spring-loaded.
to the force.
Yeah.
And also, if you jump from like the top of a church, and then an eagle goes, "Gah!" and then you just
If
drop
there
it
was
like a
like a
dart.
bale of
You
hay
say
below you, you
this-
take 0
You
full
say
damage.
this, Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always a bale of hay. And most
But what
importantly,
if it's got a pitchfork in it? That's the known problem
then
here.
you're screwed.
That is
You
actually
say
how
this,
like the
but I
entire
actually-
parkour team at the school died.
I actually have an eagle in my D&D campaign, so that could be true.
I actually had, so one of my players in the game I was running, she was like, I want to jump off the roof into this conveniently placed hay bale because that's how it works. And I was like, I feel like you know me too well. Like, I can't say no to that. Fine.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. I
I
love
mean,
it.
it's 2 stories.
No, 2 stories not too bad.
I'm not a
Yeah, it's all right.
If it's like a skyscraper building, then probably not.
I mean, at least terminal
Some
velocity
moment.
will come into effect.
I feel like they just gave up at some point in Assassin's Creed. They were at first like, yeah, we're gonna make this kind of sort of convincingly realistic, and then they're like, fuck it. You jump off Big Ben into a hay bale.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
like one of these low hay bales that's kind of spread out over the floor. It's probably like 2 feet deep. No, that's fine. Before they were
Back
like
first.
full and in carts, and then they're just like, no. Just like some scattered bits of hay. You're fine.
You fall like back first as well.
Oh.
You got a really squishy bum. It helps cushion the.
Bum.
The assassin badonkadonk.
Yeah,
It
that's
was
why they
like
got
a-
those big tails
You know,
at the
from all
back.
the stairs that they're running up and stuff.
Rob
they
could
gotta have
invent
some
that.
nice-
Basically,
nice touch.
like bum inserts that are basically airbags.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh my gosh. This
Yeah,
seems
please
like
describe
something
it as a
that
bum
Robert would
insert
make.
so chat can go wild.
I guess like it'd be called like a bum bag or something.
Bum bag.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. And with that, we've reached the low point for this after show, and it's a good place to end it.
Brilliant.
Thank you very much for all supporting the show.
Also, wait, one more thing. People were like, "What accounts for time to penis now?" Because we don't, we can't have the jokes in there. And I can't remember. Oh, now I forgot it.
People came up with time to bonk.
Time. To, oh, the bonking. They were wondering if the bonking accounts for time to.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So I just
TTB,
wanted to.
time to
If we're gonna
bonk.
go downhill, that's where we should end.
To be
it.
fair, it's high school. Like, that is, I guess, what's on most people's mind. So
I can't wait till there's like relationship drama.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
It's
I
also going to be
cannot
really
wait to
confusing for
roleplay.
people in the US because it's like 16 is the age of consent in the UK. So I imagine when the US people are like, wait, what? We're so confused. How are you having relationships and that's all going on? They'll be like, no, this is.
We're also
relatively
getting
normal.
drunk at a club.
As long as we're ordering a meal, it's perfectly
Yeah, you
legal.
can't drink until 18, so.
Oh, it's 18.
But
Yeah.
but if it's a small, I grew up in a small town. If it's a small town,
They don't check.
then they probably won't check. If you maybe have like an 18-year-old with you, you're fine.
If you maybe have an 18-year-old with
I
you.
mean,
Or someone
would-
that looks 18 or has an older sibling that looks like them.
Mhm. No,
That's how you do
Imogen
it.
is fine.
Imogen can just make us IDs.
No, actually, the forger is Barnaby.
That's true. Barnaby in the forgery. All right, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay.
I hijacked.
Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for supporting the Patreon, etc., and keeping the show going. Hopefully, you've really enjoyed this premiere of Layla the Vampire Slayer, and I cannot wait until next week when it's going to be very interesting to find out what is going on and what more interesting drama will happen between the students. Until next time, we need a new
Bonk safe.
catchphrase. Put your suggestions for catchphrases down below in the comment section. There we go.
Ooh, that's a good idea. They're very clever. They came up with some good ones.
Insert catchphrase here.